Artificial intelligence is a sector in the crypto space that is going to make people a lot of money. There are hundreds of projects that claim they are AI focused or can host large language models. I'll be ranking the top 7 AI cryptocurrency projects in this video using an A to D tier system. It is important to understand that just because a project is not listed in the A tier does not mean it is a bad project. Projects are ranked based on 2 factors: technology and innovation, and potential for mass adoption. With that being said, let's start at the bottom. Let's start with our D tier. We have one cryptocurrency here, and that is Virtual Protocol. It is an AI and metaverse protocol that is building the future of virtual interactions. Now, this is a fairly newer concept and a newer project. So, a couple things from their website here. It involves crafting digital characters with versatile capabilities ranging from mimicking movie characters to assisting in creative tasks like horror story writing or even embodying a digital version of an individual. This is from their white paper. Virtual Protocol aligns incentives for the decentralized creation and monetization of AI personas for every virtual interaction, which includes gaming, metaverses, online interactions, or beyond. So the Virtual Protocol is like a decentralized factory that makes all sorts of AI characters that can respond via text, voice, and motion for different virtual worlds like games or online spaces. It's all about making and selling these AI personas in a way that everyone involved gets something out of it. The protocol encourages people to contribute their skills and ideas. People who add data and create AI models get paid for their work, ensuring we always have the best talent. Now, why is this ranked in the D tier, right? I said part of the ranking system is based on adoption. Well, this really doesn't have adoption. You have a total of 3 dApps that are in the ecosystem, 100 validators, and 121 active contributors with total revenue rewarded looking at 0. So this is a newer protocol. The idea is cool, and it was one of the top ranked cryptocurrencies, whether it was on CryptoRank, CoinGecko, or CoinMarketCap. And so, although for adoption, it is currently low, but if Metaverse takes off and they're able to onboard unique talent, I can see a scenario where the virtuals marketplace could potentially onboard mass amount of users. Rewarding creators obviously is a plus. And so as the economy of the world goes more digital and AI continues to garner more attention from people, hey, people might say, look, this might be worth my time. I'm talented at creating things, at graphics or rendering or whatever it is, and you can do it on the Virtual Protocol. Taking a look at the token, 17.8 cents. It is ranked number 332 on CryptoRank. Pretty good tokenomics here. Only a billion circulate or a billion max supply. So it is completely capped. There's no more tokens that could be released into circulation, and 100% of those billion are currently circulating. It did have an all-time high of around 26 cents. It is currently sitting at a $182 million market cap. No price prediction on this one, but definitely should be on your radar. Again, if it is able to onboard users and entice, maybe a big name joins the platform, and then now you start getting a wave of people, it definitely has some potential. Now, let's move on to the C tier. I have 2 C tier cryptocurrencies. The first one is Bittensor. So Bittensor is the world's first neural internet. If not familiar, this thing came out of the gates running hot, got all the way up to almost $800. So what is Bittensor? It's revolutionizing the development of machine learning platforms by decentralizing the process and creating peer-to-peer market for machine intelligence. It enables the collective intelligence of AI models to come together, forming a digital hive mind. This decentralized approach allows for the rapid expansion and sharing of knowledge, akin to an unstoppable library of knowledge that grows exponentially. By harnessing the power of distributed networks and incentivizing collaboration, Bittensor is driving innovation and pushing the boundaries of machine learning. The Bittensor protocol establishes a marketplace that transforms machine intelligence into a tradable commodity. Very interesting here. So this website shows you exactly how Bittensor works. We're not going to get into that, so the technology there is great. Now, as far as adoption, right? The idea of the adoption is great. It just hasn't really had that adoption. And I'm going to go over what they talk about from the same website here. So what is the goal? Ultimately, the vision is to create a pure market for artificial intelligence that is fair, transparent, and accessible to everyone. Big companies like IBM, Google, or Microsoft, but also smaller ones, will pay Tau. So The key word here is will pay, not they are currently paying. Will pay Tao to use the various models inside the Bittensor network for their own projects. Goes on to give some case studies here. For instance, Google alone spends 75% of its electrical costs only on machine learning today. As AI research compounds itself every year and new models have to relearn what previous models already learned, these companies will likely find it advantageous to use the most effective and largest neural network in the world provided by Bittensor as an addition to their own machine learning networks. On top of that, they got loads of money to play with, to drive innovation forward. So VCs are pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into Bittensor. This is from Fortune Crypto. And so the idea here is the adoption. So there's a reason this was ranked C and not D. Well, because it's got a lot of funding behind it. It's got a lot of hype. It is pretty up there in the market cap. It's getting a lot of funding. And the idea behind, hey, there's a problem that is looking to solve. You have big companies that are running into these exact problems. Anyone can tap into the Bittensor network and be able to extract data and information and exchange it in a fast, easy, cheap, and secure way. Taking a look at the Bittensor token, we have $508.57, up 3.4% over the last 24 hours. It is currently ranked number 39 with a market cap of $3.3 billion, fully diluted $10.68 billion. Not the best tokenomics, but there is a max supply equivalent to Bitcoin at 21 million, with 6.64 million of that currently circulating. Did get to an all-time high, as mentioned before, of $756. Take a look at the Tau chart. This thing has been on absolute fire since October of last year, going from $43 again to over $745. It is currently in a somewhat of a downtrend, and it has failed to produce higher highs and higher lows as marked by these areas here, right? So you had our highest high, right, our local high, then you had a lower high, and if this starts to go downwards again, another lower high, and on the back end, we're making lower lows. So the chart does not look good, but the utility is good. The potential for adoption is really good. And so if you're looking for a potential entry, we could see a potential leg down towards this $407 mark. And so those are the levels I'd be waiting on if you want to be a patient investor. So that is your first C tier ranked AI crypto. The second one is Theta Network, and this all revolves around their edge cloud. So this is going live on May 1st. You go to thetatoken.org. The very first thing smack dab you see here is a countdown to May 1st, which is when their edge cloud goes live. If you're not familiar, the edge cloud will be ushering in a new era of AI computing. As one of the most advanced decentralized software platforms in edge computing, its mission is to provide developers, researchers, and enterprises, large and small, with unlimited access to GPU processing power for any AI or video task at the most optimal cost. Edge Cloud Phase 1 is estimated to launch on May 1st of this year. Today, Theta's global network of nearly 10,000 active edge nodes run by community members comprises one of the largest clusters of distributed GPU computing power in the world. So Theta's got a lot going for it, and they've obviously been around for a while. They got longevity. They got a great team of advisors. Founder of YouTube, founder of Twitch is on their advisory board. So they got good people in high places that are steering the project. Seems to be in the proper direction. So as early as 2022, Theta began working with a number of AI partners and experts in natural language processing and machine learning. This led to collaboration with Lavita.ai, FedML, and most recently, Google Cloud, developing an AI model pipeline for video to text application, with applications in semantic video search, esports game highlighting video generation, and many other AI applications. This is a short video from the CTO of Theta highlighting the interface of Theta Edge Cloud and some of the services that they're going to be offering.
So from left to right is the AI services, middle is the video services, and the upcoming rendering and gaming services. First, let's go into the AI services to see what's new there. Okay, I'm just clicking the AI services box, and now we are landing on this Model Explorer. For those who familiar with generative AI models, then you probably recognize some familiar names here. So, for example, this CodeLlama, which is a code generation tool. ControlNet is about image generation. And Gemma is a large language models recently released by Google, right? scroll down, then we see more models. For example,
So this is great because as you can see here, as Mr. Long has shown on the screen, it can interact and you can use the interface of the AI models from Google, from Meta, and I'm assuming it's going to be other ones. But also, what's unique about the Edge Cloud is you can also start from scratch, which this video he goes over in more detail. I will drop this video in the description if you want to take a look for yourself. Now, as far as the potential for mass adoption, obviously we know this thing is not live yet, which is why it is in the C tier. But Theta Network has a large edge node network. It's got a great team, and the practicality of the network, what they're looking to do. They've been around for a long time through many bear markets, and this one is a big one. So they're looking at R&D for Edge Cloud for mobile, unleashing AI computing on 3.9 billion Android devices. Obviously, you don't need me to explain to you why that's a big deal. As the Theta engineering team continues its core development of Edge Cloud for its first release on May 1st, a separate and parallel research and development track is underway to launch a pilot of the Theta Edge node for mobile Android devices in the next few months. The goal of this initial pilot is to test the feasibility of leveraging up to 3.9 billion active Google Android devices for certain types of AI computation workloads. Android today accounts for 70% of the mobile operating system market share across 190 countries and provides an ideal platform to evaluate mobile CPU and GPU capabilities. This also sets up the opportunity to target over 150 million active Android TVs globally that run the Android TV operating system from Sony to Sharp, Philips, and many, many more. Theta, $2.46, up 4.7% over the last 24 hours. Great tokenomics, 1 billion supply with all of it circulating, and then max is capped also at 1 billion, 2.46 billion total market cap. Now, Theta had a massive run up as the AI narrative was heating up, going for around $1.15, reaching a local peak of around $3.08. But I will warn you that it looks like Theta is currently in a bear flag, which do typically tend to break to the downside. If we do break to the downside, some key levels that we'll be looking at. The first one would be this fair value gap, with the upper end being around $1.74, with the lower end being about $1.40. So if you're a price-sensitive investor or you want to wait for the absolute best entry, I would wait to see how this pattern plays out. Now, that was the C tier. Now we're about to get ready to get into the cream of the crop. Let's start with your first B tier AI cryptocurrency token. Are you ready to transform your journey of personal development into an adventure? Meet Legacy Network, where self-improvement meets the thrill of gaming. Unlock levels, earn rewards, and grow every single day. The Legacy Network, dive into a world where your growth earns you more than just skills. It's fun, engaging, and yes, profitable. Be among the first to embark on this journey. Join the Legacy Network Discord by using the link in the description to get access to the Legacy Academy app first once it goes live. All right, B tier. This is where things are going to start getting interesting. So the first B tier token we have is Arweave, more specifically AO, the new product they launched. So Arweave launches public testnet for hyperparallel AO protocol. This is from cryptobriefing.io or .com, excuse me. Arweave, a decentralized storage and scalability protocol, has launched a new project, Arweave AO. Arweave founder Sam Williams describes the protocol as a hyperparallel computer living inside of Arweave that could host parallel execution based for proof-of-stake computations. The ideas for AO came from the team's exploration of social media and AI applications on blockchain stacks which required greater transaction volume than Arweave could currently support. So they went out and built a solution. The network is powered by a custom operating system called AOS that is compatible with the Lua programming language, which is one of the most popular ones, aiming to facilitate a wide range of decentralized apps. Arweave AO also leverages advanced data storage capabilities for handling massive data sets like those used in AI and LLMs, which completely makes sense because that is literally what Arweave does, is cloud storage. So I want to share a video with you from the founder, Sam Williams. They tweeted this. Now, I'm not going to go over the whole video, but I want to share a snippet of what are the important things that he believes that AO can do.
It also enables developers to build in an unconstrained environment. It lets you build things like large language models, that's AI, running inside smart contracts. You can even build things like decentralized recommendation systems and indexes for social media. This is the type of ability that will allow us to create trustless web services at scale.
At scale, he goes on to say, like actually at scale. As far as adoption, right? So in the same exact video that I'm not going to show you, but I will drop it in the description, there's probably 5 or 6 different projects that he brings on the video, and they talk about what they're building on AO. So although the adoption is not 100% there, it is still, it's people are building on it, right? You're going to, if you spend the time to watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about. But because it is not there yet, and because this is a completely new operating system, it landed in our B tier. But good news, they're getting a lot of funding. So Web3 Developer Community Labs pledges $35 million for Arweave Ecosystem Accelerator. Community Labs, which is a company specializing in Web3 software development, is set to launch a 10-week incubator program called AO Ventures, focusing on the Arweave ecosystem with an initial investment of $35 million. This initiative is backed by venture capitalists such as Factor and Distributed Global, among others. Obviously, funding is important. You can see here from the GitHub repo, they have over 1,670 commits to their AO protocol. If we take a look at the AR price, token price, $33.54. Great tokenomics again, only 66 million in max supply, with 99.2% of that currently circulating, with a market cap of $2.2 billion. Arweave had a massive run up, but it seems like it's created a double top. But this chart looks stronger than some of the other charts you've seen in this video. But I would be careful of getting into this $36 to $37 level, as we can potentially see a sell-off there, as shown by our fair value gaps. And if we throw on our volume range profile, you can see here, if we do dip below, if conditions change and this $24 doesn't hold, we are more than likely headed to around $15.80. Of course, not saying this is going to happen, but anything can happen if you want the best absolute best entry. Those are some things to keep an eye on. Now, your second B tier is going to be Render Network. So Elon Musk predicts AI supremacy by 2025, and this article highlights Render as being one of the top 2 to rise with the AI. So this is from the Render white paper. What exactly are they doing in the world of AI? So computational infrastructure is a major bottleneck in producing next generation media, which requires exponentially more computing power than what is available in the centralized GPU cloud. There is a competition for resources within the centralized GPU cloud, from rendering and cloud streaming to AI training, leading to availability constraints and prohibitively expensive pricing for many artists. Meanwhile, most artist GPUs remain idle when they are not rendering their own network or out of use after upgrading to new GPUs. We know a little bit about that as we continuously upgrade our GPUs here in the studio. Now, the Render Network harnesses these unused GPU cycles by connecting creators in need of the computational power for rendering or compute with providers that have that availability. So essentially, a decentralized marketplace. Take a look at adoption. What are people doing? Well, people are continuing to buy and hold Render. As you can see here, the total addresses continues to make all-time highs. Also, a big thing here for Render is their RNP 011, creating millions of 3D training models. The new RMP proposes a model for Stability AI to leverage the Render Network to create a data set of 1 billion 3D assets used to train the next generation of 3D artificial intelligence. Usage of the data set will be mediated exclusively with the Render token, bringing utility to the token, which of course is very important for the price to appreciate. The proposal seeks to train the next generation of AI built from the ground up on natively generated 3D data sets, creating the inputs for better models that are portable to emerging 3D applications in immersive media. And so the adoption is there. If we take a look here from the Render Foundation, you can see here 5,600 total nodes at the time of, and since the time of inception. But I want to scroll down here and take a look at the unique wallets you can see, again, these unique wallets are continuing to make all-time highs. So these are new people who are either buying Render to speculate on price or buying Render to use the token for a service. Now, let's jump into the A tier. And your first A tier token is ASI. This combines Fetch AI, Ocean Protocol, and SingularityNet. As the ASI token merger has been approved, it is expected to start in the coming weeks. The merge to the token. This merger is poised to position the ASI token into the ranks of the top 20 largest cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. Together, they form the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, a significant player in AI research and development. The merger is expected to accelerate the investment into AGI, facilitating the commercialization of cutting-edge AI technologies and enabling wide-scale access to AI platforms and large databases. So obviously the innovation here is you got the top 3 projects that are coming together, pooling resources. Now, what about adoption? There's already products and services from every single one of those projects, Fetch, SingularityNet, and Ocean Protocol. Here is an idea of something Fetch is doing. And of course, they're really known for their AI agents. And here is a demo of how you can use one of their AI agents today on your cell phone. And so the reason this landed in tier A is because it already has multiple use cases and utilities. It already has adoption. And of course, combining the three of the largest projects in our space into one token is extremely bullish. And so you can pretty much say, hey, this is what I want to do. I got $100 to spend. And here you can see here from the model here that, hey, your agent will go, it'll search the web for you, it'll book it for you, it'll set up everything. It could potentially even pay whatever you need it to pay. And so there you go. There's a small demo of Fetch is doing. As far as SingularityNet, there's a lot of dApps and projects that are building on SingularityNet. One of them I'm going to highlight today is Rejuve.ai. And what are they doing? They're democratizing longevity globally, take control of your data and harness its earning potential. Talks about uniting against aging, revolutionary AI for human body analysis. Now, the medical sector has been brought up numerous times as far as what AI can do and what blockchain can do to help it. And then the last one is Ocean Protocol. Here's a project called Brainstem. That is it's a wearable that enables you to monitor, improve, and share your health and well-being, serving as a 24/7 virtual health assistant with specializations in sleep, mental, cardio, neural health. And so these are products that already exist. So that is your first A tier. And the last A tier, if you've been watching our show for a while, you probably already know which one it is. It is none other than the internet computer. Now, why does it get the top spot? Why does it get the A tier? Well, because they've been building these things. They're the first 3rd generation blockchain, and they were the first blockchain to run a fully AI smart contract on their platform with 100% of everything hosted on chain in a decentralized manner. It's from CoinGate. Internet Computer demonstrates first blockchain AI smart contract. This is from Dominic Williams. He said, quote, the Internet Computer is used the world's first 3rd generation blockchain. ICP AI will become the beating heart of your Web3 multi-chain world. And this is only my first demo, talking about the demo he did a couple weeks ago. Markedly, the Internet Computer AI is part of the protocol's mission to develop a system where powerful large language models run as smart contracts 100% front and back end on ICP. Also, it is expected that the mission is achieved in such a way that it is tamper-proof, unstoppable, and optionally autonomous. That is a big one. And this video here, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but this is Dominic Williams
Hello, everybody.
essentially
Thanks for
giving
joining
a
today.
second tour of what he did the first time around, where he showcased, hey, image generation, how AI runs on ICP. He's essentially in this video showing you that, hey, in a matter of 2-3 weeks, this thing has gotten 10 times faster, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. So big shout out to Dominic, and big shout out to all the chief scientists over there at Dfinity. Now, as far as adoption, we did have Kyle Langum from the Dfinity Foundation on our live show yesterday, talking about some of the projects that are currently already building or live on the internet computer when it comes to AI. Listen to what he has to say.
We're interested in just basically showing what's possible to attract, innovators and developers into the space. In terms of if you want to check stuff out today, I'd recommend check out elna.ai, ELNA.ai. It's a app that some developers came, they've been working on it over I know last summer they actually got a Llama 2 model running on a smart contract on the internet computer. So they were kind of like the front edge of actually getting LLMs running on chain. And now they have an app that, this actually might be the wrong one.
Is this?
I'm giving you guys the wrong website.
No. I got the right one. Rocco, pull up mine. There we go.
There it is. Yeah. So they have a marketplace where you can build your own chatbot and then basically charge a token for people to use their chatbot. They're also trying to expand into a full service platform where anyone can build an LLM chatbot that is trained on data that lives on chain, so it can be held private. And then it's easily transacted.
So that was just one of 3 examples of projects that Kyle gave. And if you stay to the end of this video, you will see the live show that Kyle was on yesterday pop up on your screen. Make sure to click that video and go watch the interview in its entirety. It was a really good one. So there you have it. The 7 top AI cryptocurrency projects ranked from A to D. What are your thoughts? Did I miss any projects? Did I misplace any projects? Let me know in the comment section. Also, come check out our live show Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.